Pigs, most people think pigs just want to eat corn, but actually pigs love to eat grass and stuff like that too. So our pigs do get grain. We feed all natural grain mixture with non-GMO corn, and then we put natural mineral amendments in there and fish meal for protein. Oats and field peas. You can see these little peas in here. And this is cut and then baled and wrapped when it's still pretty moist. And it actually ferments. It smells like it's getting on its way to whiskey. And it ferments, but that actually breaks down the enzymes, makes it easier to digest for the animals, and makes the protein higher. So this is a really high protein food, lots of roughage, and not a concentrated feed like you would like a ground corn or whatever. So they really like this, keeps them busy. And this is all organic. Pigs up here, and pigs just, and part of raising livestock in a kind manner is realizing what certain animals naturally like to do, their natural inclination, and kind of give them that opportunity to live that out. Pigs love to root. They'll root anything up. All you have to do is use that to your advantage. So that's what we've done here. This has not seen a plow or anything. This was all hard, beat up ground like that barely grows any grass. And just from having the pigs in here last year, it turned it into this. They rooted it up. They killed all the weeds and the old grass, turned it into organic matter, pooped in it, and created this beautiful soil right here. Make it a little bigger in here.
Right, yeah.
And just this is where we start all our seedlings in here. As you can see, most of this stuff's like on old plywood or bread trays, and that's the alternative to this here, which is called your 6-pack, which is the industry standard. You know, what you buy in the greenhouse and what most farms use. But it's a one-time use thing mostly because you have to pop them out and fold them out, and it's a lot of plastic to waste. So what we use here is this thing called a block maker, and we make our soil mix, and then you run this through, and it actually makes these blocks right here, 20 blocks at a time with a little divot in the middle. You put your seed in there and just cover it over, and we can use anything, a piece of plywood, bread trays, which last for years and years and years. Most of all the field work done here in the produce patches is all done by horsepower. So
Wow.
they not only help us work the fields and grow food for humans, but they also provide us fertilizer. And then the fields you see out here in the distance, we make hay and grow grain to feed the horses and the cows, and they help us harvest that too. So we're keeping our fertility completely on the farm. Shiitakes are cool because they're not only really good edibles and really high in protein and vitamins, but they also have anti-cancer fighting agents. And they've been used for thousands of years in Asia. But the important part is here at the end, you see this fungus coming out of the end, that's shiitake. So that means from each hole it's radiated throughout the sapwood, and it follows the grain of the wood. So when you see the mycelium coming out of the butt end of the log, you know it's completely full of mycelium, of the shiitake mycelium, which is what we want. So here, in about 2 weeks, we'll throw those in water for 24 hours, and then they'll be on their way of 3 years of commercial fruit and forest. So this is a building we built last year for growing oyster mushrooms. And instead of growing those on logs, we grow the oysters on on straw, and this is pasteurized straw. Once they fruit 3 times, you got all this straw that actually is full of oyster mycelium, and you can take the straw and inoculate like wood chips or more straw or coffee grounds and one big thing we're doing right now, we're just getting started with, is mycoremediation, which is cleaning up toxins, heavy metals, petroleum, with mushrooms, with fungus. Oyster mushrooms in particular have the ability to not only take up petroleum, but they'll actually break down the carbon hydrogen compound and make an inert substance.